Islam is rising. An alarming new poll shows that large majorities in the Muslim world want Sharia to become the law of the land. Now, according to the Pew Forum, 25 of the 38 Muslim countries surveyed overwhelmingly favor making Sharia the official law in their country. And what's even more frightening is that it shows that the support for the radical legal system is apparently sweeping across not only the Middle East, but Africa and Asia as well. This survey, in fact, proves my prediction that it's only a matter of time before the Sharia law hits the shores of America or a push to move it in that direction. Here with reaction, radio, TV, talk show host, Sean Compton's production, Billy Cunningham, and from the America Together Foundation, the one and only Michael Gauss. Michael Gauss, I read the poll, Michael. You keep telling me, oh, no, small minority, small minority. Michael, there's nothing small in these numbers. And that is that people more and more are supporting death of apostates and cutting off people's hands if they steal, and they want Sharia implemented, which means that women don't get rights. You keep telling me it's not a large movement. This survey proves you wrong.
Well, there's a false premise to this survey, Sean. The survey does not recognize the choices. For example, you and me as Americans, if somebody asks what kind of law do you want, the only law we know is the criminal and civil law of America, and that is all we're going to opt for. Those guys in Egypt, Pakistan, Malaysia, Indonesia, they don't know.
Wait a minute, Michael, suicide bombing got 40% support from the Palestinian territories, 39% support in Afghanistan, 29% support in Egypt, 26% support in Bangladesh, Mike. Suicide bombings. So that means, I keep saying we're living through the age of the rise of radical Islamists. You keep telling me I'm wrong. This survey proves I'm right and you're wrong. Look at that one statistic.
No, this survey proves in Palestine and the other country you mentioned, they have the highest 40% supporting suicide bombing. But other countries don't.
Egypt,
look at
Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Palestinian territories. Billy Cunningham, who's right?
Well, Sean Hannity, honor, hold on, Mike. Mike, hold on just for a minute. Honor killings, the brutalization of women because they have adultery or cheat, got more votes in the Muslim countries than LBJ got in 1964. 60% of Muslims say, kill the woman if she has adultery. Clitorectomies are all over the Middle East. 90% of Egyptian girls are sexually mutilated by their own mothers and aunts and have their clitorises removed. You have a situation here that when people are given the right to vote democratically, they give us Ahmadinejad. They give us the Muslim Brotherhood. We get Hamas. We get Hezbollah. There's a serious problem, Mike, and you're like one of those mice with your head stuck in the sea. You don't understand what's going on, Mike. It is a disaster. This Pew Research poll is a disaster for Muslims, and it's a clarion call that we are at war, and it's time that we respond.
Well, Bill, you have misunderstood as well. I know you've been in the business for a long time, but there are times when people misunderstand things. When they ask you the question as an American, I say, I know the only civil laws and the criminal laws of America. For people in Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Egypt, the only law they know is Sharia law. That is the only law. If the survey had asked them a question, do you want justice? And they don't have a choice. Look at the very clear distinction they made.
Mike. Majorities from 74% in Lebanon, 96% in Malaysia said, and my buddy Billy Cunningham has been married some 2 years, Bill Cunningham?
40.
What? 44 years.
44.
Okay, you tell that wonderful wife of yours, Penny, who I know and is a good friend, 96% of Malaysia say wives should always obey their husbands. Look at how Sharia treats women in Iran and in Saudi Arabia and other countries. They have to wear headscarves. They can't drive cars. They can't go to school under the Taliban or work. They can't be seen in public with men they're not related to, Billy Cunningham. Seems pretty oppressive to women.
One other thing.
Sean,
just a minute. Hold on, Mike, let me make one more point.
Bill, you're not letting me speak.
Little girls are sexually mutilated all over the Middle East. Sexual mutilations take place to girls. Honor killings take place. Girls have acid thrown in their face. Their mothers and aunts stone them to death if they look at another man. Women in Saudi Arabia can't go in public unless you're with a man. The fact of the matter is women are brutalized by Islam and you're not admitting to it.
4 male eyewitnesses for rape in many of these countries under Sharia.
There are flaws in Sharia law.
Little girls are sold.
Bill, there are flaws in Sharia law, as I have said, but that is the only law they know. There is
clitorectomies are more than a flaw.
Well, Bill, let me talk about this statistic.
Not a flaw.
Bill,
well,
that is not an Islamic thing.
You're a good man.
That is not an Islamic thing, Bill. Let me tell you about the statistic that you missed out. 30% of people like in Bosnia, Kosovo, Turkey, Indonesia, they don't want Sharia law. About 5 to 6%. The other ones
sounds
are
like
in the
70%.
Mike,
let me tell you why the difference.
You got to pull your head out of the sand, Mike. You got to pull your head out of the sand. Radicalization is growing to be a threat to the entire world. The Muslim world, their religion is being hijacked by radicals, and it's growing day by day. And this survey...
I do agree. I do agree, but we don't need to be alarmed.
I was right and you were wrong. You told me it wasn't happening.
Well, you are right.
Say you're sorry, Mike. Say you're sorry.
No,
say you're sorry, Mike.
What for?
You want to apologize for Sean Hannity because there's a radicalization going on that you won't admit to.
And it's not going to be pretty.
There is radicalization going. There is radicalization going on without any doubt.
I'm going to predict another thing. This is not going to end well for the world because we're not having the courage and America's not leading and we're not standing up to it. Got to run. Thank you, Billy Cunningham.
All right.
God bless you.
See you, Billy. I'll get with you.
All right. And still ahead tonight.